There are lots of ways in which cryptocurrency is shaking up traditional finance. Perhaps one of the most relevant is that of crypto-based lending. After all, lending people money with exorbitant terms is a banker's bread and butter. However, Nexo is a crypto lending platform that threatens this age-old business model. But what the hell is Nexo, and should you consider it? My name is Guy, and in this video I'll be giving you what you need to know about Nexo. This includes the following: what crypto lending is, how it can be used, how to get a loan on Nexo as well as competing platforms, and finally I'll be finishing off with my personal take on crypto lending, so be sure to stick around. Before I kick off, I need to make you aware of a few quick things. Firstly, this is not investment advice and is for educational purposes only. Crypto lending does come with risks, so please consult your financial advisor. Also, if you're new to the channel, a fine day to you. If you want to keep up with my latest videos, then I encourage you to subscribe and turn on those notifications. Get these the moment they leave my crypto kitchen. Oh, and be sure to watch till the end of the video. I'm going to be giving some instructions about how you can vote on your favorite coins for me to review. Okay, all set? Let's go with Nexo. Before we dive too deep into Nexo, let's first take a moment and consider crypto lending through a larger lens. Two questions that come to mind are: 1. What is crypto lending? And 2. Why is it helpful? Let's start with understanding crypto lending, and to help with this, we'll use an example. In this example, we'll say we bought some Bitcoin when it was around $6,000. When you purchase your Bitcoin, you have a few options. One of the more popular is to simply hodl or hold on for dear life. However, an argument could be made that doing so simply isn't wise. Why? Because opportunities exist for us to turn our Bitcoin into more Bitcoin. One option, for instance, is to put your Bitcoin on an exchange and start trading. The challenge here is that you could wind up losing your money if you don't play the market right, or if things don't go in your favor. In the words of your favorite late night infomercial, there's got to be a better way. And there is. This is where crypto lending comes into play. Most people know about fiat lending, so take that concept and apply it to cryptocurrencies. This is what makes it crypto lending. And of course, with this lending type, we're using cryptocurrencies for collateral as opposed to fiat currencies. So, when we lend our cryptocurrencies to a borrower for an agreed upon amount of time and at an agreed upon interest rate, we've now become a part of the crypto lending community. But why is it helpful to use crypto lending? There are a few ways in which crypto lending is helpful. One such way is by providing users with a way to access funds without losing ownership of their digital assets. Let's say, for instance, that we want to buy something valuable, a car, a home, something along those lines. Unfortunately, we simply don't have the fiat we need to get started. We do, however, have enough crypto, but we'd rather not sell it if we don't have to. With crypto lending, we don't. We simply use our crypto as collateral for the amount we need and wait for the funds to arrive. Later on, we'll get into more detail as to how it all works, but for now, let's look at another way crypto lending is helpful. Some of us in our past lives may not have made the wisest decisions. No judgment here. We were all young and dumb once. Unfortunately, those decisions may have impacted our credit. As a result, getting a loan based on creditworthiness can be a challenge. While users will need to complete KYC to use most crypto lending platforms, they won't have to go through the embarrassment of a credit check. So long as you have the necessary collateral, you're good to go. Chances are, crypto lending has a way to help you no matter what your circumstances. If you hodl crypto and you're thinking about taking out a loan anytime soon, why not consider using said crypto? So, that's a basic overview of crypto lending. Let's now carry on and dive into Nexo, shall we? To have a good understanding of what the Nexo platform is, we should begin with where it originated. For example, many don't know that Nexo is a subsidiary of a company called Credissimo, which is based in Switzerland. Sadly, no, Credissimo is not a fancy Italian name for credit. It's simply what the founders chose to name their company when it officially launched back in 2007. Credissimo actually held an initial public offering back in 2014, and in 2017 they launched Nexo. Nexo held a successful ICO in April of 2018, bringing in a little more than $52 million. After the platform launched, Nexo quickly established itself as one of the premier crypto lending sites. Since that time, it has grown to more than 300,000 users and more than $700 million in processed transactions. Within the industry, Nexo is one of the most advanced crypto lending platforms, even offering crypto loans to users from around the world. Nexo has provided loans in more than 200 countries and in more than 45 different currencies. You may even have heard of a pretty famous loan that Nexo made on behalf of Brock Pierce of EOS fame. They gave him the required funds he needed to purchase a home in Amsterdam. He backed the entire loan for the house in Bitcoin, and Nexo facilitated the $1.2 million required. Next, let's spend a few minutes talking about the Nexo token itself. Why does the platform have a token at all, you might be asking? Well, there are several reasons. For starters, the Nexo token offers security features that may not otherwise be accessible on the platform. Nexo is an asset-backed dividend-paying token, with Nexo holders getting 30% dividends based on Nexo's profits. These dividends are paid out and distributed periodically and proportionately based on how much Nexo an individual holds. Dividends are typically paid out in Bitcoin, ETH, Nexo, or a USD stablecoin. Nexo is also a utility token that offers an interest discount. This feature applies a discount for token holders when they choose to use their Nexo tokens to repay the interest on their loans. Users of the platform holding Nexo can also access higher lending limits along with instant financing based upon the valuation of the token. Additionally, Nexo encourages use of its token on the platform by providing loan interest discounts to anyone using Nexo for their crypto loan. From a technical standpoint, the Nexo token is an ERC20 token that was issued on the Ethereum blockchain. There's a total supply of 1 billion Nexo tokens, and in the ICO, 525 million of these were sold to qualified investors. Now, something that you'll actually find interesting about these tokens is that although they are utility tokens, they are fully compliant. This means that they can offer their regular stream of dividends to the holders without falling foul of SEC rules around securities. This is not something that can be said for some of the competing lending tokens such as SALT from the SALT network, something I'll cover in a bit. Back to the Nexo platform though, let's take a look at some more of those features, shall we? Stepping into the world of decentralized finance can be intimidating if you're not familiar with terminology or processes. However, give it a little time and you'll find that it's not as overwhelming as you thought. Nexo's platform isn't too difficult to grasp. You make the agreed upon payments and you only pay interest on the amount you withdraw. It's pretty straightforward. You'll also notice that you have much more flexibility with a crypto loan on the Nexo platform than you'll find through other options. For instance, you can repay your loan in full at any time with no penalties. Plus, you can repay it in either fiat or crypto, so you're not restricted to converting one or the other. Oh, and when it comes to security of crypto stored, Nexo uses BitGo's custody service. This is one of the most secure crypto custodian services on the market. They also have insurance for any hacks or losses from Lloyd's of London. If you're new to crypto lending, then it won't be too hard to navigate your way around the Nexo platform. There are also extensive FAQs that should answer most questions that you may have. Failing that, you could always reach out to them on their live chat function. I've used Nexo quite a few times and have always found them to be quite responsive here. Nexo also has a mobile app to aid in streamlined services while improving your overall experience on the platform. One great feature users really like is the notifications they receive when their deposit value changes. It's handy and lets you know exactly how your money is performing. Overall, Nexo is great for those who have experience in crypto or who understand how loans work. So now we're ready to get into what everyone wants to know. How does the platform work? And what do you need to get started? Nexo have tried to make it as simple as possible. All you have to do is follow a few simple steps. First, head on over to the Nexo website and sign up for an account. Next, deposit your crypto. Nexo supports a wide range of digital coins, including Binance Coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ripple, Stellar, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and of course, Nexo. Now you'll need to complete the verification process for your profile. This is also known as Know Your Customer or KYC. The entire process is automated and typically only takes a few minutes. For KYC verification, Nexo asks you upload a high-quality photograph of a government-issued ID. This might be something like your driver's license or passport. Just remember that the name on your ID needs to match the one you provide in the verification form itself. Once that's done, navigate to the Withdraw Loan option, which will show you exactly how much you have available in your loan to withdraw. Select how you want to receive your funds. Do you want them to go into your bank account? If so, you'll need to provide that information. After you've provided that information, your funds should arrive. Now you have the freedom to use your loan in any way you want. Within reason, of course. Now, there's something very important to point out here, and that is that these loans are over-collateralized. What do I mean by that? Well, Nexo will give you less than the value of your crypto in fiat. This is done in order to protect the platform from the wild swings in the price of crypto. It also eliminates credit risk that comes from the person that's borrowing the funds. So, while Nexo can give you an instant crypto-backed loan, it will never be for more than you've put up as collateral in crypto. This is different from credit card debt from your bank that may be under-collateralized. Of course, there are other strings that come with these types of loans. You have to have a solid credit rating, and you risk credit blacklisting if you cannot pay back those loans. This is way more damaging for the long-term financial health of the person lending. Now, on the other side of the crypto coin, you have the lending component by being the lender. Essentially, you can send funds over to Nexo and earn interest on said funds as they lend it out to the borrowers. At Nexo, you can currently either send over euros or stablecoins. You'll then earn up to 8% interest on this deposit. Not only that, but this interest is paid daily and you can withdraw whenever you want. Passive daily income with no long-term commitments. This is quite the opposite of most term deposits at banks that require you to lock your funds up for a particular period of time. Take a look at these interest rates and terms for some European banks compared to Nexo, for example. Pretty stark, right? But Guy, you ask, does this not expose me to credit risk of the borrowers on Nexo? Well, yes it does, but you have to remember that the crypto-backed loans at Nexo are over-collateralized. If the borrower does not meet his obligations, then his crypto gets liquidated. So, in the end, your capital is relatively safe. These deposits can either be made in euros or stablecoins. The stablecoins that are currently supported are Tether, USDC, TrueUSD, DAI, and PAX. When you send these over, they are stored with BitGo and are insured up to $100 million. Anyways, depositing funds in order to earn interest is really pretty simple. Assuming that you already have a Nexo account, you can do so right in your dashboard. Euros can be wired in through SEPA, whereas the stablecoins can be sent like any other cryptocurrency. Once done, you'll receive the interest on a daily basis and it will compound. This can be withdrawn at any stage using the same process. Moving on though, let's switch gears a bit and take a look at some of the competition to Nexo. Well, firstly, you have the Celsius network. The network has completed more than 160,000 coin loan trades, and they distributed more than $3 million in interest payments. They claim to be the fastest growing crypto lending platform in the world, but they're not the only lending platform that's on the rise. BlockFi provides wealth management products to investors in crypto, all powered by blockchain technology. The minimum that you can borrow on the platform is $5,000, and they offer loans at a 50% loan-to-value ratio. Interest rates start at 4.5%, which is a bit below that of Nexo, although the end rate may vary. When it comes to lending crypto to the platform, BlockFi seems to offer rates of return that are higher than that of Nexo, up to 8.6%. Of course, like with the loan example above, the exact rate will vary and you will need to fill out a form before you can calculate what you can earn. Salt is another worthy competitor with comparable interest rates and incredible features. They also offer a mobile app to help you monitor the health of your lending account. The only downfall we find in Salt versus Nexo is that Nexo offers lending support for a wider range of cryptocurrencies. However, if you're not lending an obscure cryptocurrency no one has ever heard of, you're probably in the clear to use either. You also have to consider that the Salt tokens have almost been abandoned by the exchanges and as such have thin volume and little use cases outside of Salt lending membership. I want to wrap things up now with a few final thoughts on Nexo. I do like the platform and the fact that they're fully compliant with securities laws. This provides some clarity around the status of the token and its dividend-paying features. It's also great that the team have built a platform that is not only easy to use, but also instant. Simple steps followed by some quick KYC checks could see a crypto hodler getting a loan in a matter of minutes. Try doing that at your local bank branch. Moreover, the benefit of using Nexo or any crypto lending platform more generally is that you do not have to sell your crypto in order to unlock fiat. You don't have to forgo the potential upside that comes from the crypto that you hold. Nexo and platforms like it are also a great way for you to earn an additional passive income on the crypto that you hold. There are other options for passive income like staking and masternodes, but the minimum amount required to stake in these scenarios can be quite high. I've used Nexo a few times and have always found the experience to be pretty straightforward and transparent. It also helps that they're backed by a large listed fintech firm in Credissimo. Now, of course, I have to point out a few caveats to crypto lending. Firstly, loans are over-collateralized, so you'll only be really unlocking a fraction of the fiat value that your crypto is worth. You also have to have quite a bit of trust in the platform to manage crypto risk effectively. If you're lending fiat to Nexo and earning interest, you will have to hope that Nexo is able to liquidate collateral quickly enough to cover the amount deposited. One can't be 100% certain in cases like this. Also, although Nexo democratizes lending, it's still centralized in that Nexo controls the funds and runs the platform. I encourage you to take a look into some decentralized platforms that have been built. I list a couple of them in my DeFi video, which you can watch right here. Either way, I'm positive about the potential for crypto loans, and Nexo appears to be a great alternative for crypto users to move away from those greedy banks. And that, guys, was my video on Nexo. But tell me, what are your views on Nexo? Any crypto lending platforms that you prefer? Let me know in the comments. And of course, if this video was to your liking, then do some liking. Give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Looking forward to bringing you my next video. You guys have spoken. I have a long list of projects that you want me to review. There's now a short list of candidates for a final vote. These 4 are listed in this Twitter poll, which I've also linked to below. There are only a few days left to vote, so please be quick. The chosen coin will be released in my weekly newsletter. Oh, and you can also sign up to that in a link below. It's my weekly take on everything in the crypto markets. I also throw some tips that you won't want to miss. Take care, guys.